Hello once again, it's Damon here. I hope everything is well in your hand. Okay, today I want to discuss like basically people talk about today basically about I've seen a lot of people today talk about the greatness of the 80s and 90s, and it's true. I grew up through both of them, and it's true they can be great, but I feel like sometimes in life we get a bit too much nostalgic for our own good. So the title of today's video will be Anti-Nostalgia. There's a great stuff, the great load of stuff that I love in the 80s, 90s, but we also have to acknowledge the bad. Not everything was great. If some things actually are better nowadays. I mean, yes, I love going to Blockbuster and going to a video store and renting something because you had to do an effort to go get a video, to get a movie and actually stick to it. Nowadays, if a movie's not that good, I'll turn it off at 10 minutes and go see what else is on. But then there's things that weren't that good. This is not going to be a long video. I'm just going to mention things that aren't that great. I mean, let's talk about movies first. People can talk whatever they want about movies nowadays. And it's true, there's a lot of bad series. Even I will do this. But you know what I've noticed nowadays? It's like as long as it's the same creator of a series, as long as the same creator of the trilogies go well. Not always the case in the 80s, 90s, because I look at basically some of my favorite movies. Like I mentioned Batman 1, Batman 89, Batman Returns, Superman 1 and 2, TMNT 1 and 2, RoboCop 1 and 2, Beverly Hills 1, 2, 1, 2. Have you noticed something particular in what I just said? That I just listed up a part of those series because all of them, all of those series, all those awesome series had horrible last entries. Downright horrible. Like Batman Forever, you could say, hey, okay, it was good at the time. Man, some good performance by Val Kilmer and Chris O'Donnell. True. But it's a movie that didn't age well. And because to me, you have much better iteration of Two-Face with Aaron Eckhart in Dark Knight, with Riddler, Paul Dano in The Batman. And Batman, well, there's Christian Bale, there's Michael Keaton. Chris O'Donnell, I still maintain, has a great performance and we need to put more credit on that name, but it's like still. Then you have Batman and Robin. I can't believe it's even the same Burton universe because to me it's not the Burton universe. It feels like Batman Forever and Batman and Robin seems to be like this Schumacher rebooted universe, and I think that should be kept as such. Now, Superman 1 and 2, I really love Superman 1 as kitschy as it can be, as cheesy as it can be. I love it. I especially love Superman 2. Superman 3 is more of a comedy with Richard Pryor, I'll grant you that, but I still liked it. Not as much as 1 and 2, mind you, but I still like it. But Superman 4 was crap. Like, from the studios that made sure to not spend as much money as possible to make a movie that honestly, if you're going to cheap out that much, might as well not do. And that's number here. That's Superman 4. What about Beverly Hills 1 and 2? I'm actually one of few I prefer Beverly Hills Cop 2 because I think it was like a bit less serious, but a bit more fun. But the first one's still damn good. And then Beverly Hills Cop 3 arrives. Actually, of the old movies I mentioned, is the last entry that's the least offensive to me because it's still watchable, but it's watchable. It's not great, it's not good, it's watchable. I mean, it took Beverly Hills Cop 4 to me to say, you know what, I'll watch 1, 2, 4, and the third one. So yeah. Then you have RoboCop. RoboCop, the first one's the best one. I mean, it's a satire of society. Then the second one, it's good. It's not great. It's not memorable. It's just good. The third one was awful. And you have TMNT. TMNT 1 to me is still my favorite TMNT movie ever. Because it's the closest thing to comics. TMNT 2 is very good. TMNT 3 is crap. And TMNT coming out of their shells is actually crap too, but I don't think it was designed to be good. So yeah, a lot of series that we looked up to, we grew up with, at the horrible last century. And for what we can say what we want. I can tell you a lot more great trilogies that ended right, or series that ended right in today's age than in the 80s, 90s. On the top of my head, Dark Knight Trilogy, Toy Story, Lord of the Rings, Guardians of the Galaxy, Captain America, the Chris Evans version, that is. Uh, Harry Potter, mm, the Cornetto Trilogy. Like already there, it starts to get a bit more voluminous than the series that were completely done right in the 80s, 90s. Now, just to name a few, there's probably other series they could mention. American Pie, uh, Mission Impossible. In terms of movies, it seems like the 80s, 90s, sometimes like they didn't go to the source. Rather, if a movie got successful, nowadays they take their time to the sequel. Sometimes a bit too much time. Back then, it's like it's a movie that's successful. Let's make a sequel right away. We don't have a script. Doesn't matter. Let's make a sequel right now. And that's the reason it sucks. I mean, I can understand that movie is successful, so it should be in production as soon as possible, but take your time as well. Have a plan, not just like let's create this out of the napkin at a restaurant, let's do a movie. No, don't do that. That's stupid. It's not my list in terms of anti-nostalgia for movies. For video games, sure, we talk about the golden days of Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, how simpler it was, and it's true. I like playing a video game that doesn't demand too much of your time. Doesn't have a cutscene every 2 minutes. Some RPGs get on my case with this one. It's like you don't need this. Don't have to like do 10 steps and undercut scene because I will fast forward through it. Sorry guys, that's what I'll do. But some video games were really flawed, and some of them it's like if you don't have a guide, they're kind of unplayable. Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, as the angry video game nerd would say, if you don't have a video game guide, it's like how can you play that game? You don't know what you have to do, you're stuck. Even Metal Gear, the original Metal Gear for Nintendo, if you don't have a video game guide, what do? You're stuck. I mean, though FYI, I think people are really overrating the difficulty of the dam level in TMNT1. You're gonna lose energy for sure, but it's not that tough if you're careful with it. If you're being strategic, it's not that tough. Though, let's mention the famous Turbo Tunnel from Battletoads. Who expected people to finish that level? I did later on as an adult, and I thought it was be a movie, be a game of 6 levels. Surprisingly, there's 12 levels. There's 900 levels after that. And there's a level that actually makes the Turbo Tunnel level look like nothing. And the reason it's not mentioned is because barely anybody gets through the Turbo Tunnel level. I've never seen so much contempt toward gamers than in the battle by the original Battletoads creator and concept animators. I haven't seen so much contempt toward this. I know you want to make a game hard. I know you want to make it difficult. I know you don't want people to finish it in a rental, but that was ridiculous. I mean, and it's not just Battletoads. You can ask basically Captain Novolin, one of the most unintentionally hilarious games there is. So basically, you have a game where you can't beat any of your enemies. You can only jump over them and badly jump at them. How about the Simpsons game? How about a lot of LJN games, as the angry video game nerd would say? I mean, the original Simpsons game. I didn't even know what you had to do in the first Nintendo Simpsons games. Only later on, when you have YouTube, you can find out, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. You have to color all the objects in purple. It's like I didn't know back then. I was just stuck. Who framed Roger Rabbit? Again, LJN, seriously. It's like you really want people to hate video games? Where LJN basically secretly making sure to make bad video games so that kids became more active? Yeah. Right, to look at other things there. Ghostbusters 2 as well was horrible. The Last Ninja. The Nintendo version was horrible. I mean, trying to find out whether video games are just horrible. I do mean horrible. Yeah, I know Jekyll and I, but I mean a game that people actually played. I mean, in terms of music, we talk about the good music, sometimes the one hit wonder from the 80s, 90s. And then there's some guys like Milli Vanilli. Like, not only were they one, not only were they basically relics of the past, but they didn't even write their own songs. They plagiarized everything. I mean, right? Find out about sucky music from the 80s as well. There's many, many more things from the 80s that, in terms of, or 90s that sucked. I mean, TV shows. I mean, there's a lot of TV shows also that, quite frankly, did they really act? I mean, the Pauly Shore show that lasted not even one episode. Who thought that was a great idea to even have one? Yeah, what else? Uh, like really coming up with a list there, it's like it's not always a great list. It's not always a great thing. That's just because you can do a sucky TV show, they should have one. I mean, uh, I think the thing that we thought was great back then, but wasn't, because I'm coming up with a blank now, and rather than basically, I mean, think this, I'll let you know if I find something else, but I end this video right now. So on that note, have a good one, guys. But just a lesson before I leave. The 80s, 90s were great. I still treasured and loved the good moments of it, but we also have to remind ourselves that there's bad, just like anything in life, there's can also be, there's good times and there's bad times, and sometimes we don't need to always, we need to treasure good times or treasure based good memories, but also take this, take notes, and try to balance it out with the bad times to realize, have a better, more balanced, more measured opinion of those moments rather than basically having pink colored glasses. So on that note, have a good one, guys. Bye.